Stream 2. Let's go. Let me know if you hear me. Let me know if you see me. Let me know if everything's going well. Thank you guys so much. We got a very fun esoteric one to go over today, and of course some deep breads to go along with it. I like making the second half of this stream just kind of stuff that I learned from maybe the first stream or any cryptos that I may have been able to look into, but also sharing some esoteric stuff with you guys without a doubt. So I appreciate everybody's support. Let me put up the blue castle here. The light on the late streamers, the guys who are coming in the late afternoons, we got to start competing with the early streamers here, and if we can at least make this a massive success for this second stream of the day, I would be so grateful, you guys, if we were able to hit that mark. All right, but once again, thanks for start earning Bitcoin on your EMBER app. In the description below, we have the referral code to the EMBER app. If you guys don't have it, it allows you to mine Bitcoin through your cell phone by watching one ad a day. But you know how you can skip the ad, right? You hit start earning Bitcoin once a day, and the moment that the ad comes on up, you just, bam, swipe up, close the program, close the application, open it up again, hit start earning Bitcoin. You didn't have to watch an ad, saves you 30, 40 extra seconds, right, of your life, and you just start making Satoshis passively, building those on up, build them up to a certain amount, withdraw them into your Coinbase. Takes up to 2 weeks or so to withdraw, and then next thing you know, you can sell it for more drops. Also, we just listed our LOBSTR wallet address. So now we got our XLM, our SHX address in the game right there, our Aqua address. If anybody wants to donate any passive Aqua or, any DOGSTAR, any XLM asset, we have our LOBSTR wallet in the description below. So I'm so grateful, you guys. Once again, thank you for the like on the way in. Thanks to any new subscribers. Thanks to any new members. Signing up to be a member allows you to ask any questions, right? Any amount of questions in the stream. If you are going to ask a question and you're not a member, it's at least a 99-cent super chat with your question. Or if you have a crypto that you want me to do some research on or look into, once again, just a 99-cent base super chat for that as well. Obviously, if you go higher, I'm grateful. But, that's how we're starting off 2026 here. I am not a financial advisor. I am not a pro trader, and I'll never tell you what to do. I am always wrong, but the Blue Foundation is always right. This is the worst show with the best community, and I'm so grateful to the best community jumping on in today. Shout out to you guys. Tim Shea in the house. My JR. Let's break another record. Let's go, man. Let's just keep going. XR Papa, shout out to you, man. Appreciate you. CDT or CTD or CTD. What's up, man? Good to see you. Appreciate you. Tim Shea in the house. Marcus G in the house. What's up? G-Unit. Marcus G, man, you're going to get a blue wrench sometime soon, man. Actually, how about we give you that blue wrench today? Let's give you the blue wrench today, Marcus G. I see you over on the XRP boardroom as well, man. You got to get your blue wrench. Bradley in the house, and you've been supporting for a good while, man. Shout out to you. Salute to you, my man. You got a blue wrench. Can we welcome Marcus G to the Blue Foundation, everybody? It's been a long time coming. XR Papa, shout out to you. Our newly minted green giant, looking good with that green and that interledger egg, my dude. Love it. Hit them likies before we set down. Hell yeah. Let's go. Guys, already 10 likes, and we're not even at 5 minutes into the stream. Let's keep the momentum going. Let's show the early, streamers, that are tuning in that they're missing out on these late streams as well. We got some great symbolism to show you guys, some esoteric stuff. We've been trying to make these late streams more like crypto symbolism, or things to look forward to in the future. But of course, we also have deep breads. We went over some news today in the earlier parts. Not really too much news, but we got a little bit of added news to bring up here. So let's jump into it. Once again, hitting the like helps me out tremendously, guys. The ultimate goal of what I'm doing here is to get into a studio, get a mic, be able to afford StreamYard so we can multi-stream to not only YouTube but to also the X account that we have. Our X is G_DLT1. We want to get a mic. We want to be able to get a computer to share our screen, share the information that I'm talking to you guys about just off the cuff of my head, man. But if I have the computer in front of me, we can check out all the stuff to the T. I can show you what these golden eyes are seeing, what your golden eyes are seeing. Shout out to everybody here. Much love to the Blue Foundation and much love to the Green Giants and Deep Red Alliance. So some of the news that we went over today, man, smart checkouts. right? Smart carts, right? When you go shopping, becoming more of a freaking day-to-day thing. Microsoft now debuting Copilot checkout, right? Where you go in, you already start scanning your item, you pay as you go, right? They want to be competing with what Amazon's been doing with their smart carts, right? Where you're moving your cart around, you scan the item, put it into the cart, it senses the weight of the item, and then it charges, you know, at the end when you're done, you hit charge on your card, no more cashiers, bye-bye. AI's taking over, guys. I mean, get ready for a lot of these jobs, right? Crucial jobs that help people stay afloat, that help people pay the freaking rent, right? Bye-bye sales, man. You're going to have AI representing in sales, in checkouts, right? Maybe you, hey, being an IT person is going to probably be the person who fixes the machines is going to probably be something that's heavily sought after, right? Cybersecurity people are going to be heavily sought after. People who are involved with the computers, right? They want to keep pushing you in the direction of where you are just involved with computers, having your eyes on screens all the freaking time, right? Doing gaming. Play to earn is going to come back around, guys. This is why we talk about metaverse cryptos, right? Play to earn is going to be coming back around. Play to earn gaming is going to come around, right? NFTs are going to come around again, right? Other hype cycles are going to be coming around, right? You're going to be working for drops through your phones, content creation, getting micropayments for your content creation, right? That is going to be something that's sought after. There's going to be plenty of other jobs for the humans to do, but it's going to be heavily involved with being plugged in, right? What's the matrix? When he wakes up, he's plugged in to the matrix, right? They're sucking his freaking energy out, and that's what these devices do. Unfortunately, they mess with your frequencies, right? They mess with you know, how you go about your day. They affect your mental health. They affect your physical health, right? And the more you're plugged in, the less likely you're able to take care of your physical health and your mental health because you're freaking working for drops through the screens. But anyways, you know, enough dystopian stuff aside, right? Copilot, Microsoft debut, right? Just more and more cashiers going bye-bye, right? You're going to, I mean, big launches here in 2026. You have smart technology, smart play platform from Lego. You got Amazon doing their smart carts. You got smart rings, right? Smart rings that can record and transcribe conversations. Microsoft debuting their Copilot checkout. I mean, AI getting involved every which way. Here we go, right? Now, some deep reds that we talked about earlier today. We talked about VeChain at a penny, negative 73% down, 86 billion supply. Internet of Things technology, you guys. The Internet of Things cryptos, there's really only a handful of them and two major ones that are playing a big part, right? VeChain and IOTA. These are two really big players in the Internet of Things. Then you got Peak, right? PEAQ, right? You got Nadix, right? You got Nadix. You got IOTX. You got... what else? See, you already start to run out, but measurable data token, right? There's not many that are dealing with Internet of Sensors, Internet of Things, machine-to-machine technology. You have Naoris that's dealing with machine cybersecurity, right? The proof of security that we've been very hyped up on Naoris, right? NAORIS at 3 cents, 4 billion supply, negative 59% down. This thing is the sub-zero layer beneath it all. It is providing the cybersecurity. Dude, it decides what machines are allowed to act. And then TIBBIR, right here, the green frog, right, is allowing what agents are allowed to act. But if you don't have the machines approved, you can't get the agents on there, right? So Naoris, man, looking like an absolute necessity. NAORIS, 3 cents, 4 billion supply, negative 59% down, right? Then we talked about the big star, XPX, the full stack crypto, right? CBDC, end-to-end CBDC provider. Right? The cheapest ISO 20022 compliant crypto that's out there. It used to be SHX, and now it's XPX. XPX at 0003509 billion supply, negative 31% down. I'm excited seeing how many people are starting to get caught up with some XPX, or at least doing their own research. I just hope people aren't over investing. Once again, this crypto could die tomorrow. It's a very quiet crypto. We know developments are happening slowly but surely, and it's very nice to see that since their CBDC tech sprint win. But once again, we can get thousands of these. It's not that big of a risk if we're putting in money that we can afford to lose. Once again, not a financial advisor, not a pro trader, and I'll never tell you what to do. I'm just saying what I'm doing. This is a personal vlog that I do on YouTube. But once again, XPX, what an opportunity to get thousands of crypto at a 9 billion supply and then have it prove itself to us. It's got to prove to us that it is that end-to-end CBDC solutions provider. right? And at 0003, what an opportunity to get an early position to make our $5 count more than ever. Imagine if it killed 3 zeros, just going up to about 30 cents for XPX. That's 3 zeros added onto your $5. That's $5,000 from a $5 freaking investment. What an amazing opportunity there is possibly here with that digital asset. We got XX Network at a penny, the ultimate privacy cryptos. We're trying to find cryptos that are the only ones that do what they freaking do, right? The only one that provides end-to-end CBDC solutions acknowledged by the BIS and G20 and Monetary Authority of Singapore. That's the big star, right? XX Network, the only one that meshes the metadata level, right, in terms of privacy. Not only the data level, but metadata level, right? Monero is starting to take a lot of the Zcash investments, right? But Monero, people are going to find out it's not freaking protecting the metadata. It's not protecting at the smart contract level. So you could still trace transactions, right? Ownership of your data comes through the XX network. This is why the XRPL has a bridge with the XX network. This is why WLD, the leading digital identity project backed by Sam Altman, invested 3 grants into the XX network. XX network's at a penny, 1 billion supply. Then we have blockchain as a service created at freaking Disney, Dragon Chain at 009, 433 million supply, negative 76%. We got NIM that is partnered with the XX network, providing privacy VPNs at a blockchain decentralized level, 3 cents, 1 billion supply, negative 61% down. You got Hashpack, right, providing decentralized recovery, the native wallet of the HBAR ecosystem at 0071 billion supply, negative 82% down. Guys, we're bullish as heck. Where are the likes at? Where's the blue foundation at? Are we bullish even in the late afternoon or in the early days, wherever you guys are? I know we are, man. We're excited for this technology. Amazing opportunity still. We can't get used to this, right? Because it's going to get bullish eventually. There's going to be a bull cycle happening, and then we're just going to be in this channel. We're not going to have deep breads to tell you about. We're just going to be celebrating with you guys. We're just going to be here celebrating, you know, freaking talking about how we've taken some profits, talking about how we have options now, right? Talking about how our staking rewards made us our initial investment back, right? I know Silver Days is dropping his green giants all over the place. Get ready for green giant candles, right? Jeff Remix going, oh, we're over-invested. Oh, we're over-invested, man. Just like Skynet and the robot army, it's coming, man. Terminator is coming to life, man. John Carter's looking at all of us going like, how dare you? How dare you freaking not learn from what we've been telling you, right? James Cameron, dude, he's one of the chosen directors that is meant to push, you know, some very mainstream subliminals out. We've already talked about the mainstream subliminals of Avatar, right? And we've talked about, you know, hell, dude, Terminator 2, Judgment Day definitely had some mainstream subliminals, right? I like the XPX letters. Hey, man, maybe that's X pays X. They used to be called Proxima X Sirius Chain, right? What is Proxima X? Before X, next to, closest to X. What is the main platform that's trying to be the everything super app? X, right? What are one of the major use cases that Lon Wang, the creator of XPX and Proxima X and Sirius Chain, talked about? Storage for social media platforms, right? Not only, I mean, for a lot of things, but for content, right? But he was talking about social media platforms before X even became into existence, right? Some interesting stuff there. Without a doubt. Obviously, it could be X Proxima X, right? But it could also be X pays X, right? X account pays X account. Let's go. February is going to be Fire Horse Spectacular. Let's go, Marcus G. Dubai chocolate is the green horse symbology. Oh, I like that. I like that. Everybody getting obsessed with Dubai chocolate. You're right. And Dubai is going to be pushing some of the new way as well. Papa likey some XPX. Oh, nice, man. It'll be glorious. By the way, if you guys don't have a Sirius MX wallet, they have a new wallet that came out in August of 2025, right? MX, it's in beta, Currently, remember, whenever we're transferring our XPX, we make sure that we're sending it to the correct type of address. There's the native XPX address, there's the Binance smart contract XPX address, and then some other ones, right? But if you look on the beta there, they may have connections already with Solana. They're giving you a heads up that maybe the XPX is going to be coming to Solana, right? But also in the beta, so whenever you're sending, from Base wallet or whatever wallet that you have, and you're going into the Sirius MX wallet, remember the MX stands for ISO 20022 messaging, right? Migrating from MT messaging standard to the MX messaging standard. They're very aware of what's going on. It's a blue wallet as well. It's in beta. I'm excited to see what they end up releasing here in 2026. I'm just going to make the assumption we at least get one good tidbit of news coming up from XPX Sirius chain, right? Remember, this is specifically made for a world that is not here yet, right? Proxima X Sirius chain, without a doubt. Shout out to Turple Nurple in the house. Turple Nurple finally took you a while to come around, man. Took you a while to come around. He said, you know what? I'm not going to wait for G to give me a blue wrench. I'm just going to freaking go green frog ribbit all the way. Shout out to you, man. Turple Nurple becoming a tiny G. Shout out to you. Appreciate it, man. We're growing in terms of our green giants over here. People ready to be green giants. Shout out green giants. Can we welcome a new member? Can we welcome our Turple Nurple into the chat? Our green frog into the chat. Shout out to you, my man. Appreciate the support. Always grateful. I had to steal my kid's lunch money. I'll pay him back. Let's go, Turple Nurple. But yeah, very excited for, obviously, a lot of these digital assets. Hopefully we're finding the ones that are unique and can do what they do, right? Are the only ones that can do what they do. Some of them are good speculative investments, right? Some of them are decent speculative investments based on the type of play that they're going for, right? Very excited for Naoris in terms of the cybersecurity layer and what they're providing. Very excited for the Big Star. Very excited for XX Network. Very excited for XRP and XLM as the standard de facto settlement layer digital assets, right? Same thing with XDC. XDC, super quiet. Nobody talks about XDC. Everybody's afraid to talk about XDC, but XDC, definitely one of the quiet ones right there. You got XPR, you got Metal, you got, what else? What else do we got? We got, Aqua token at 0005, man. Absolute necessity in the XLM ecosystem, the liquidity management layer of the XLM ecosystem. You get an XLM account, you automatically are getting some Aqua airdrop to you and you don't even know it. Sign into the Stellar X. See how many cryptos you've been airdropped already. You can convert them into Aqua. Bam. Right? I'm intrigued about the symbolism stuff. First time here. Oh, shout out to you, Scott Is Heart. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're going to jump into the symbolism in just a second. I'm just finishing off some of the deep reds because I know most of the time people just want to come in for the cryptos that I'm talking about and deep red values, right? But we got some good stuff. I got a lot of good movie poster stuff to show you, symbolism, anticipated films, stuff that's speculating for the future, stuff that they're planning in our brains today that is for a couple of years out, right? And we're going to get into it really well, man. I got a whole little spiel that I want to show you guys. So I appreciate you guys hitting the like on the way in. We got 24 viewers. If we can get to 20 likes, that'd be amazing. The goal for this stream ultimately is about 30 likes. We were able to hit that just yesterday. We wanted to outperform our earlier stream, right? We wanted to go surpass the 50 likes if we possibly can. But dude, Base Patsy signs in with like 20 accounts. He gives us those extra 20 likes, right? So it's going to be hard to pass up 50, but if we can hit at least 30 for this stream, that would be amazing. So I'm so grateful to all of y'all. Open Eden, I'm getting more and more excited for. Hidden Road, right? Ripple has heavy connections with Hidden Road, and Ripple is also connected with Open Eden. So you got Hidden Road and Ripple double down on Eden, Open Eden. EDEN is the ticker for the crypto. Black and white crypto logo as well. All about circles, right? We're going to talk about how much they love circles, right? We talked about it yesterday. If you're interested in the subliminal stuff, yesterday we also did some subliminal type of things. It was titled Subliminal, right? So I would highly recommend that. We went over a ton of really good stuff in that stream just yesterday. We got some good stuff here for you today as well. At 6 cents, 1 billion supply, Open Eden, negative 71% down. We got Hashpack at 1 billion supply, negative 82%. right? We got DRGN at negative 76%. We got IrisNet, right? We got NIM at negative 61%, right? NIM at 3 cents, 1 billion supply, negative 61% down. Sand, getting blue sand, right? Metaverse cryptos, Mana at 13 cents, Sand at 11 cents, both at around 3 billion supply, negative 71% down, right? So let's go. Let's go, guys. Let's jump into Ripple is Hidden Road now. Yeah, did they acquire Hidden Road? I'm not too sure. Do you think Velo leaves Stellar? I don't know. I don't think it would be. I mean, considering that Jed was an advisor for Velo, I mean, hey, once again, I don't take the advisors thing too seriously because there's a lot of crypto heads that become advisors for projects, and sometimes those projects can still, doesn't mean they automatically succeed, right? But Cody, let's not forget about Cody, COTI, right? Cody, great kid, right? BlackRock was on a board of advisors for that project, privacy-focused crypto, bringing privacy to MetaMask payments as well. Cody still in the deep reds, man. But do I think Velo leaves Stellar? My JR, I wouldn't be surprised if they branch out, but hey, you don't want to leave Stellar. You want to be building on Stellar and Sorobon, man. This is going to be the way of the future right here. Sorobon has got a bright, bright future. So it would, I wouldn't like it personally. I mean, I don't really like Velo that much. I just like it more as a speculative investment. I wish they would talk more about their technology and what they do instead of educating people on what Stellar does or what Ripple does and declaring that they're the Ripple of Asia and drawing Ripple and XRPL investors to their project. I wish they did more about educating about what they do in their project. Right? But FUD aside, it's looking like a deep red. It's a capped supply. It has volatility when the bull cycles come around, and it's a V crypto, so Velo might still do well, but I don't think they're going to leave the Stellar ecosystem. They have no reason to. No ecosystems are really booming right now. We'll see when the bull cycle comes around. We're going to see the Stellar ecosystem come back around. We're going to see Atom ecosystem coming back around. Avalanche coming back around, right? Solana ecosystem, people say it's a success, but Solana is going through some bearishness, right? Binance, Binance is at a high price and their ecosystem's doing pretty well, and Ethereum is doing pretty well, but their prices haven't been freaking going booming or anything, right? It's been a bear cycle, guys. The crypto market in the speculative cycle goes up together, down together. It's just what happens, right? Tron ecosystem's been looking bullish, right? Tron, dude, we talked about Tron TRX at 2 cents forever, right? Now holding pretty strong at 29 cents, but that just shows that Tron's got a lot of energy going underneath it, man. Tron's going to be coming for some lunch, dude. I think Tron's going to go over $1 sometime soon. Scott is Hart, here to learn and be as open-minded as possible. Thanks, fam. Oh, dude, shout out to you, man. Shout out to the Grays jumping on in. New to crypto too, but from what I've seen from Ripple's CEO guys, seems like a top block with high conviction. Oh yeah, man. I mean, we got plenty of videos in our videos section in our channel here that educates you a lot on the early days of Ripple and what the foundation they've been setting. They are, without a doubt, going to be the king of the settlement layer. Specifically the way that they are built. If you don't know about Interledger Protocol, ILP, the former CTO of this project at Ripple and XRPL left XRPL, not because he didn't believe in the project, because he came up with a product that Ripple was going to use, right? But then Ripple recognized this cannot be from a for-profit company. This needs to be from a non-profit. So he left to create Interledger Foundation, which is a non-profit foundation creating the open source technology Interledger Protocol, which is going to be the value layer of the internet it's the ILP underneath the Internet Protocol IP, right? You're going to allow for monetization all across the web, across phones. As long as you're online, there's going to be web monetization, ubiquitous payments, micro payments, right, happening. And the standard settlement, I mean, trusted connections, they can transact with whatever they want to transact with and use whatever form of settlement that they want. But for the untrusted connections, it's going to be default XRP, the standard settlement, right? To show that it works, right? If you're going to be showing this product of ILP utilizing digital assets, right? The CTO of Ripple, right, who helped create freaking XRPL here, right, who was an early Bitcoin developer, one of the earliest, and responsible basically for freaking Bitcoin even becoming popular by releasing a video in like 2014 educating people on the benefits of Bitcoin, right? How amazing Bitcoin is. He left Bitcoin development to work on the XRPL. David Schwartz left Bitcoin development to work on the XRPL. And when they release, dude, Jed McCaleb, right, coming up with the, maybe we don't do proof of work, maybe we don't do mining for this digital asset. What a revolutionary idea. What a green focused idea. Seeing how the energy consumption and electricity consumption is going to be a freaking bite in the butt for proof of work assets, right? XRP is being set up to be the value layer, the ultimate settlement layer, the default settlement layer, right? It's going to be fantastic. Yep, the Jeff remix, the memberships are random, and it went to Bill Lumberg. Congratulations, Bill Lumberg, man. Now he's a green giant. He's been a green giant for a bit. He's already a little toddler green giant. You can see his emblem right there. Try to get you the membership, Scotty. Yep, cheers, bro. Scotty, cheers to you, man. But anyways, let's keep going. So let's get into some of the esoteric stuff here, guys. Let's get into some of the symbolism. So I talked yesterday about the Odyssey. We didn't have a symbol to show you, but dang, dude, I didn't think there was a symbolism in it, right? Until I started thinking about it more. Look at the poster for the Odyssey right here. Check this out. So this is Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. What do you notice? What do you see? Think in terms of color, right? Think in terms of color. We see the blue, right? We see all the blue. We've been talking about it's going to be a blue world, right? A blue world, blue assets, blue digital assets that are very aware, right? The O of the Odyssey, they love their circles, right? At the bottom right here in the poster. And then what do you see as the backbone of this blue financial system, right? What's going to be the backbone? That's gold. That's gold if I've ever seen it. That is a golden backbone, right? How amazing. Isn't that unreal? Look at that. They're telling you right in front of your face. A lot of eyes have seen this poster, man. Crypto's the Trojan horse, man, right? I don't know if this isn't really about the Trojans though, but anyways, you got freaking the golden backbone. What have we been talking about? A gold-backed financial system. That's what's going to replace the trust back into fiat, into CBDCs, into the value layer of the internet, right? Into the value that fiat brings. What is 99% of investing in the crypto space? A hedge against fiat, right? 12 ribs each side, 33. Mo Zerps knows what's going on, man. 33 vertebrae, 33 degrees for things to be ice to become liquid, right? 33 steps to elevate consciousness. Let's freaking go. 33, a power number, master builder, right? But the gold backbone, can you believe this, guys? We're going to have a gold-backed financial system. It's going to be a golden backbone to our financial system. And they're already telling you, the blue cryptos, right? The blue system that is gold-backed right here. Lovely, man. I loved seeing this. I loved seeing this and finally deciphering. At first, when I saw this, it kind of just went over my head. That's what subliminals do. That's what symbolism does, right? And in front of him are the people, the army that he's facing, right? The journey ahead, the difficulty, the hurdles that this system has to go through, right? In order to become successful, right? But can you believe that? The gold-backed, the golden spine of the financial system, right? That's what's going to get rid. That's how the 90% of cryptos are going to go away, man. 90% of cryptos are just a hedge against fiat and trying to draw speculation and users, and then that's it. But once you establish trust back into fiat, hell, 90% of people still work for fiat, right? Let's not forget that. They still work for fiat. What has the new administration said? Judy Shelton, looking to go gold-backed in a cryptocurrency sort of way. Maybe we go back to the gold standard in a cryptocurrency sort of way. The new administration, the president, gee, I love gold. I have the building over in New York, right? Trump Tower, just full of gold rooms, gold everywhere. I love gold. We're going to put gold in the White House. We're accumulating gold like never before. I hope we can go back to a gold-backed financial system, right? Oh, we're certainly going to be going. The Odyssey equals 9, 11, and XRP moon date. Let's go. I love gold. Gold is my favorite precious metal. We're going to make it a gold-backed system. That's how we're going to bring America back. That's how we're going to make the US dollar great again. That's how we're going to make it strong, right? The CBDCs are going to want to do their thing. We're going to do our thing with the US dollar, and it's going to be gold-backed. We're going to have a gold-backed financial system. It's going to be fantastic, right? It's going to make sure that I have 4 more years or 10 more years, or hell, it's going to allow me to change the rules up, right, to allow for a longer presidency. Hell, even if I'm not alive to see the end of my presidency, Ivanka, my daughter, she'll come in and do well enough. We already have all the Barbie symbolism, right? The pink and blonde wearing the crown, right? We already have a bunch of crowns coming, right? Come on, hit the likes. I appreciate that, Quentin Miller. Guys, already 21 to start off the stream. If we can get to 30 by the end of this subliminal talk, man, the symbolism keeps going deeper, right? But I had to start off hot here. The blue system with the golden spine. Gotta love it, man. It's a gold-backed financial system coming, and nobody's prepared for it. Nobody sees it coming. Nobody sees it coming, right? All right, so we go into our next section of this, right? All of these are different meanings. All these images are different, right? So all of them are going to have their own specific little thing that I say about them. There's not really a connection between one or the other. Sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't, right? But look, this one we start off hot with the gold-backed financial system, the Odyssey, the journey, right? Here we go. This is why Christopher Nolan's probably even freaking doing this project, man. Right? What was the point of the Odyssey? The beginning of a new world, right? The rise of a new era. Right? A new gold-backed world, right? All right, so we go out to our next film, next movie poster. Check this out. Primate, right? So you check out Primate, right? Looking at it. Oh, look at the little bear, right? Possible bear market, right? Why are we showing the monkey, right? Or showing the primate here? The primate in the movie, this guy gets exposed to technology and kind of starts going nuts on his owners, right? Technology makes us primitive, turns us into primates because we don't build any social skills. We lose patience with our fellow man. We get angrier at our fellow man. We have arguments with our fellow man. We almost get violent to the point of violence with our fellow man because we just always expect it to be instant gratification. If you don't understand me, sorry, you're out of my life, or I'm arguing with you and we're never going to see eye to eye. I've just made my mind up. Right? No compassion, no understanding, right? If you see the little bear on the floor, that could be the sign of the bear market. The bear has a lot of symbolism in a lot of movies, right? The bear has a lot of symbolism in a ton of movies, right? But check this out. Wasn't there another monkey movie that came out? A violent monkey movie in red? Look how both of them are in red, you guys. You cannot make this stuff up. Both of these monkeys, so this is the movie Primate that's going to be coming out. This is the movie The Monkey that is coming out, right? The monkey is a violent monkey, and he's beating his drum, right? And when he's done beating his drum, somebody ends up dying, right? So you got 2 violent monkeys causing death, right? Why am I showing these 2? Well, first off, it's funny to see 2 horror films connected with monkeys coming out so close to each other. Right? But what else? Think about it. Think about it. We got the year of the Planet of the Apes as well. Yes, El Prey. Planet of the Apes as well. You got it, man. You got it. Why? Why are we seeing so much monkey symbolism? And remember, the symbolism, they like it to be years out, right? They like it to be years ahead. This year is the fire horse year. 2027 is the year of the goat, right? The year of the goat. And looky here. You got a movie coming out called Goat in blue, right? You got the year of the goat with the movie Goat coming out in 2027, the year of judgment, right? As we've been talking about, this is the year of the sun, 2027, the year of judgment, and 2028, the year of the world, but also the year of the earth monkey, the monkey year. They are already getting you prepped for the year of the monkey to be pretty violent. 2028, right? What is 2028? The O. We've been talking about the O of 2028, right? If you look at the world in tarot, the world symbolism in tarot, it is a circle, right? It is the completion of a journey in tarot. It is the 22nd card in the major arcana. 22nd is, information building, right? Monkey years tend to come with technical innovation, right? Technical innovation booms in the year of monkeys, right? So crypto is going to do well, but it could be a chaotic year. Could be a very chaotic year in the year of the world. What also happens in 2028, the year of the world, right? What also happens? The World Olympics. How convenient, right? Shout out to Nina Blossom. Is Nina Blossom in the chat? Shout out to Nina Blossom coming on in. Much love to you. Much love to you. Let's go. Shout out to everybody here. Shout out to Nina Blossom. But yeah, the year of the monkey is 2028. The year of the goat is 2027. In Severance, they talk about goats. There's something with goats in this first season that's been going on, right? What do people call athletes? He's a goat. They're already getting you to say goat, goat, goat. They're getting you prepped for some massive things. And dude, once again, the year of the switch, the flip of the switch is 2026, 2027, 2028, 2029. These next years, a ton of stuff has to go down. A lot of changes are going to go down in order for us to get into a cashless society, in order for us to get into a gold-backed financial system, right? In order to be super eco-friendly and globally conscious, in order for it to be AI-driven. So many things are going to be happening as we go towards the near end of this decade. But how crazy that they're already getting you used to the get ready for a violent monkey year, right? Primate and the monkey, right? These aren't by chance, right? These movies, they spend millions upon millions of dollars on. I work in production, right? They don't spend all this money on bad writing, and it's not bad writing. It's the symbolism that they want intentionally. If it seems bad to you as a viewer because you're watching it on the surface, you're not seeing the subtext, right? You're not seeing the subtext, what's underneath it, right? There are many layers to the films that they release, right? They're not just bad movies, right? When it gets absorbed by millions upon millions of eyes, right? A ton of people, and it has big producers, big names behind it. There's something they're trying to tell you underneath the surface. And so we move on to our next part. And guys, I hope you guys are enjoying this. I hope this isn't scaring people, right? I hope this isn't scaring anybody, right? I hope it's just bringing some awareness. And once again, this is just a blog. I'm just talking about what I see. Maybe you guys see things differently. It is what it is. Either way, I respect it, and I'm grateful for you guys being here and hitting the like and helping us keep doing this. We like to do this in our late afternoon streams, right? So then we move on. Let's check this one out. Ooh-wee. Man, this Red Witch is everywhere, dude. This lady was in our Dune cover just yesterday. We were talking about Dune, the Dune movies, right? She was at the top of the poster, and yet she's at the top of the poster yet again. V-Chain Billionaire. Oh man, you missed a good amount so far, man. If anything, I would rewind. I would go back to the beginning of the stream, man, and just do 2x and then catch up with us on the live, man. You'll be able to catch up in no time. It's only been 38 minutes, right? Mr. Connector, the goats are sacrificed. What will we sacrifice? But also the goat is Baphomet. The goat is the Baphomet, man. It doesn't always have to be associated with sacrifice. It could be, right? But what will we sacrifice? We'll probably sacrifice more of our freedom, my man, right? It's going to be the year of judgment. When we get the cyber event that happens, we're going to demand cybersecurity. We're going to demand digital identity, right? So what will be sacrificed? You know, the old way, the old traditional financial system will be sacrificed. We will finally decide in 2027, the year of judgment, that the old way is no longer serving us, right? It's no longer relevant. 2028 will be a violent transition into the new way. The year of the fool on the 2029th, right? 2029 will be the year of the fool, will be the beginning of the new journey, and that is a 0 year, right? And then we finally start to use blockchain, finally start the utility era in 2030, the year of the magician, right? Where he's holding up his instruments, finally the new tools that we can use. You got a monkey on your back. Exactly, Tim Shea. I got a little monkey on my back. I can't wait to get it off for sure. We not scared. We're starting our bright screens on. Let's go. What in the world is this? What's up, Anderson? Good to see you, man. You jumped into some very, very strange conversation here. We're talking about symbolism. So this is the movie Mercy, right? Mercy. We have been talking about how AI is going to, you're either a 1 or a 0 in this future. You're either naughty or you're nice. And Chris Pratt now has become a vehicle for a lot of the subliminals. People love Chris Pratt because he captured our hearts in Guardians of the Galaxy and Parks and Recreation, right? And all of a sudden now he starts becoming an action hero for a lot of these big time subliminal films, subliminal action films, suspense films, thriller films, right? This movie is about him having to prove his innocence to the AI. And if you see at the top of this poster, it literally tells you in your face at the top of the poster above her head here, it says artificial intelligence will be the judge, the new judge, right? Something like that. It will be the new judge, right? They're telling you right in front of your face, right? To prove your innocence, right? And what else has he been a part of? What else has this face been a part of, right? There's been a lot of movies that we can bring up, but it moves us on to our next one here. Notice all the red symbolism as well, guys. They kind of try to signal bearishness ahead, right? Just like we talked about Tron Ares. The day that Tron Ares was released, one of the posters is him holding an item with an arrow facing down. What happened? Dumps upon dumps upon dumps in the crypto market, right? And Tron staying strong, right? Tron did well. Tron has been holding the fort. It's not back down at 2 cents, right? But anyways, in the movie Passengers that has Chris Pratt, right? Look at here in the film, Homestead ADA logo. This is the Cardano logo, right? This is very similar to the Cardano logo. It's also blue, right? This is all over the film Passengers. You have to hit this to gain access to things, right? And what is the movie of Passengers? It's the Adam and Eve story, an Adam and Eve sci-fi story as they go to a new world, right? As they go to a new world, right? And now in 2026, Chris Pratt being part of something else, you know, getting your subliminals ready for AI to be the decider of a lot of things in our future, right? We're just going to give it this liberty, right? Because we can't trust humans, right? Might as well trust the machine. Might as well trust AI, right? Let's go into our next one, right? Check this out with Mario Galaxy, right? They love their stars as well. Look at the shooting stars, right? Oh, look at this nice little castle, the blue castle, even though it's illuminated in red a little bit there, right? But blue at the top, shades of blue at the top here. Blue water coming on down. The journey to the castle, right? Look at the upside down stars as the sails or tilted stars, but this one clearly an upside down star, right? They love their stars. Can't sleep on the stars, right? Ridley Scott coming out with that movie, The Dog Stars, right? Speaking of the big star, we like to bring out any dragonfly symbolism that we see because we know Dragonfly Fintech is the creator of the XPX Sirius chain, and they won the CBDC Tech Sprint of 2022. We know the impact in dragonflies on the show Last of Us, right? The show Gilmore Girls has the Dragonfly Inn. The movie Dune, they fly around in dragonflies. In the movie Avatar, Fire and Ash, they have animals that have 4 wings, right? That are fire horses, right? Flying across, right? Dragonfly right here. Dragonfly right here, right? Is it a dragonfly on the cover of Silence of the Lambs? I wonder. But look at this, the red V, right? We've seen red V symbolism in a lot of films, right? The red V. Could this be Veracity? Could this be Velo? Could it be Block V? Could it be V-chain symbolism, right? But also the arrow pointing down, possible continuation of bearishness, right? We're hoping for a 2026 bull cycle. Maybe it doesn't come. Maybe it doesn't come, right? The last time we had the year of the monkey, by the way, was in 2016. And that was bearish, right? Just before the crypto market started to turn around and give us a bull cycle during 2017 and peaking in the early month of January 2018, right? So right here, you got you're going to get tons of dragonfly symbolism, right? In these films, they're getting you prepped, right? What is a dragonfly? The messenger between two worlds, the connection between the old financial system and the new financial system, right? Hear it once and you won't forget. Yeah, you hear that freaking Dragonfly FinTech wins a CBDC tech sprint, right? You never forget it after that. Some people did. Some people chose to forget. Unfortunately, it was during a bull cycle or a bear cycle. That's why they chose to forget it, right? We talked about the show W just yesterday, right? This was part of our subliminal section of yesterday, our subliminal streams of yesterday. If you guys want to check that out, Wormhole, right? The big W, right? Wonder Man, right here. Also an upside down M. You know what the M stands for? The Ourobosean symbolism, the blue butterflies, right? The snake, the mockingjay, right? Or you can say Phoenix symbolism, right? But the circle almost being complete, the Ourobosean circle, right? Talked about Hunger Games symbolism. They love their Ring of Fire symbolism. I would highly recommend checking, if you like this type of stuff that we're talking about, I would highly recommend checking out our, subliminal videos from yesterday. But that's the subliminals of today. You guys, the symbolism in modern media today. I love this one, man. The golden backbone. The golden backbone of the blue financial system. Fantastic. Yep, exactly. Things will flip quickly, XR Papa. It'll be a little chaos for some time. But then maybe a month later, bam, blockchain backing it all up. And if you guys have been checking out, shout out to Mr. Connector, by the way. If you guys don't know Mr. Connector, he's got an awesome YouTube channel as well. Always, going through a lot of information in the crypto space. Shout out to Mr. Connector. Shout out to everybody jumping on in. Thanks for hitting the likes, guys. If we can get 30 likes for this stream, that's our like goal for the stream. That would be amazing. Marcus G saying Mario Galaxy equals XRP Estes. Dude, I can't wait to do StreamYard again so we can start bringing some people on here and talking about, reviewing the stuff that we have gone over here. Yeah, XPX Sirius chain. Hell, even in that logo right there. In that logo, it's specifically chosen. Those colors are specifically chosen and those shapes are specifically chosen, right? In Egypt, they have 4 pyramids, not 3. People always think about the major 3, but there's a 4th pyramid, right? All those pyramids are aligned with Orion's belt and the Sirius star, right? The Egyptians worshipped the Sirius star. It helped them, for the flood of the Nile. It helped them, bring in the rebirth of a new season, right? And these are 4 pyramids on the logo of that XPX logo, right? The Ring of Fire. Gee, these movies have fried your brain. Moneymaker, hey, man, it is what it is. Whatever you want to think, dude, it's all good. I just continue being what I am and just talking the way that I am. It's hard. It's a reach for some people. I get it. But, hey, man, we've been talking about this like for 9 years, dude. And some of it starts lining up. Some of it starts coming through. When you have a movie called Elementals, right? When you have a movie called Elementals, right? I mean, dude, if you checked out yesterday's subliminals, it's hard to freaking ignore what's going on here, right? Once again, I've worked in production. I got personal experience. They are doing subversive subliminal information. If you've ever read the book, Subliminal Seduction, dude, I read daily. I don't get exposure. I limit my exposure to screens to absolute necessary. Finding more cinema news or tech news, right? And then that's about it. Everything else trying to study up on these subliminals, right? Everything else is trying to forget. I'm reading The Brave New World right now. I just read 1984. I read The Machine Stops. Like, I keep feeding this mind. I'm not getting rotted Hell no. I'm not getting rotted, man. So I'm going to keep speaking my truth and how I do it. If you guys think I'm rotting my mind, that's your opinion and that's what you're doing, right? But when they're telling you Wade Ripple and Ember Lumen, and then the freaking corporation in Severance is called Lumen Corp, they're getting you prepared, right? They're getting you prepared to say those words, to be used to saying those words. When they have a song on Spirited that goes, do you want to make a ripple? Or when they're saying, I can't afford ripples, right? Right? You either see it or you don't. It's like, it just really is what it is, man. It's just trusting what your eyes and your ears and what they tell you, right? When you see it plain as freaking day, right? Once you're awake, it's hard to go back to sleep, man, right? You want to make a ripple, right? I think I want to make a ripple, right? This isn't just to bring joy to people's lives. They're subliminally telling you what they want to do. They're getting you prepared, right? They're getting you prepared, right? But if you guys think I'm crazy, it's all good. It's all good, right? I know what I know. I know what I know. That's all that matters, man. You know, I hope this information is fun for you guys. I hope it's valuable. If it's not, you know, I understand, right? I totally get it. But this is how we do things on this channel, right? This is how we do things on this channel. This is how it gets us prepared for other eras that are coming up, right? When the crypto ball, right? When the crypto ball with the golden phoenix at the top, right? The crypto ball invitation looks like the gold room entrance in The Shining, right? He talk about the consequences of having left the gold standard, right? The gold room in The Shining, right? This is freaking obvious stuff to me, man. But if you guys want to say I'm reaching, very well, very well. I mean, I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do, right? I'm trying to make it as plain as freaking day. When the show Modern Family has Oasis for Men, and it's the Oasis Network freaking logo, go ahead and check out the Oasis logo. It looks exactly like this. It looks exactly like this. The blue and all, right? The blue and all, right? We're all connectors. Let's go. Now, if we choose this dude, 1 goes to 2 and 4, and then it jumps from 4 to 8. Let's go, Scott. Let's go. He knows. He knows, right? Look at this. Look at the dragonfly on the superhero movie right there in green, plain as freaking day. Right? Who was the winner of the CBDC tech sprint? Dragonfly Fintech. Why would they name their business Dragonfly Fintech? Why would they call the project Sirius? Right? Sirius is known to bring illumination. Right? If you know about the illuminators, I like to call them, they're called something else. Right? That's why they pick Sirius, right? That's why they pick the name Dragonfly, the connector between two worlds, right? When they're holding up, having a woman who's the Isis figure, holding up the golden X with golden wings, right? Oh yeah, this is just so Wonder Woman could look cool. Sure thing, right? They're not subliminally telling you the freaking golden X is coming, right? What else do we got? Shout out to everybody here. Much love to the Blue Foundation. But you know, this stuff to me is freaking obvious, man. Dragonfly symbolism in The Last of Us. The dragonflies are a pivotal plot device in the show Last of Us, a very successful show that people are getting subliminals of, right? And there's a ton more subliminals in Last of Us other than just the dragonfly, right? People affected by radiation, right? By frequencies. What else do we got? The dragonfly transports in Dune. They don't do this just out of, oh, it's the coincidence, guys. They don't put dragonflies in recent entertainment just over and over and over again, just by coincidences on these big Hollywood movies. It's a cool freaking animal, right? They could do a ton of other animals, right? A ton of other winged beasts, but yet they choose the 4 winged beasts, right? Why do they choose the 4 winged beasts? She's riding on a 4 winged beast right here, a fire beast, fire and ash, the phoenix symbolism. We already know this is connected with some other symbolism as well. I'm already showing stuff from previous videos here, but, you know, I just feel like sometimes, like, it doesn't, you know, I'm just trying to make it as simple and as clear as freaking possible, right? Right? This is the book, right? This is the book that tells you it all. Subliminal Seduction. This was the book that Kubrick recommended for people to read to see through the media, right? It has certainly helped us tremendously, right? Once again, I have experience in production. When you put something in the frame, it is intentional, especially when you're spending millions of dollars on it, right? Millions upon millions of dollars, right? What is Dune all about? A world thirsty for liquidity, right? A world thirsty for liquidity. Here's our Red Witch symbolism. The girl who was in the cover of that Mercy poster. How funny that she keeps being at the top of these posters, right? Look at that, right up there. That's her again, right? And then just one more for y'all because, you know, we're starting to go into old symbols here. But I just got to show you our poster, the fire and ash poster. Just got to show it, right? So look at the symbolism here of the Dune one, right? Witch, fire circle, hidden sun, right? The hidden sun rising right here. You on the edge here, you have your dragonfly. Right here on the left side, you have a dragonfly ship flying in this poster, right? Remember, right? That helped you get Arrakis here, the deserted planet. That values what was Avatar's of liquidity. And now they are ready for the fire and ash. The witch at the top, right here, this fire circle around them. The golden-eyed beings, right? What was Dune? The opposite. The golden beings with blue eyes. These are the blue beings with golden eyes, right? You got our red witch right here, symbolism. There's a red witch in Game of Thrones, right? And then looky here. Look at this dragonfly beast, right? With the hidden sun behind it, right? Doesn't take much. I'm just literally saying what the symbols are too, right? I'm not trying to say, you know, we could say that it's dragonfly fintech, sure. That could also be an X with a golden, the sun right behind it, right there, right? That can also be an X. But fire and ash, what rises out of the fire and ash? A phoenix, right? Shout out to everybody. I used to think the bear was kooky when I joined the army. Now I can kind of embrace it. It's the same for these symbols. I used to think that they didn't have a place in professional investments. Now I consider it. I mean, it's not really in terms of like, oh, these symbols make me want to invest in these cryptos. It's just what they're getting you prepared for. Like the power of the symbols, right? The ring of fire, right? What do we have coming up on the year of the fire horse, right? On February 17th, we have an annular solar eclipse, a ring of fire, right? Happening, right? It doesn't have to correlate every time with cryptocurrency or something, but hey, golden eyes, getting you ready for gold-backed symbolism. The blue beings, if you guys know about Syrians or Palladians, right? They said that Sirius beings were coming from a blue planet, right? It doesn't have to be with crypto. So, like, you know, we were talking about the year of the monkey, right? Getting ready for the year of the monkey here, right? That's why they're showing these violent monkey movies, because they're getting you ready for the year of the monkey that is in 2028. Sometimes these subliminals are multiple years out. Hell, sometimes they're decades out. Sometimes they're freaking a generation out, right? Some of these subliminals. Right? It's all on their timeline of what they decide, right? Look at the phoenix breaking the circle, right? Breaking the old system. The phoenix rising, right? They love it. They love this type of symbolism, man. The movie Dragonfly, the blue dragonfly. Look at the dragonfly in the O, right? We talked about the importance of the circle, the dragon. Dude, I mean, look at this. So you have a blue dragonfly in the circle right here, right? And then what did I just show you? The dragonfly in the circle right here, right? They love it, man. They love doing this symbolism, right? But I love this golden backbone, man. Gold back financial systems coming. Blue world. Embracing the blue world. Let's freaking go. Blue foundation. What happens when they spit in the dune world? It's a sign of respect because you're willing to waste your water. You're willing to waste drops to show respect to your fellow man. Fire and ice. Ooh, Marcus G. Hey, I've been trying to keep myself away from like the zeitgeist news, the global conscious news, like stuff like that and whatever. But I did, you know, through searching tech news, that type of stuff like came upon, and you know, people are correlating it with the I can't breathe, the GF, the Floyd stuff, right? People are correlating it with that. And, you know, because there's so many correlations right now with 2026 and 2020 that people are thinking 2026 is like another 2020-esque type of year. It may be, it may not be, right? But, you know, people are all finding like these parallels between this year and the, you know, you have the Rob Reiner murders that happen as well, right? You have a major celebrity being killed, right? Unfairly. Yeah, they put it out there intentionally, man. They put it out there intentionally. And if millions of eyes are coming across it, if millions of eyes are, they're the gatekeepers, man, of entertainment, even through YouTube. Why do you think a bunch of kids are saying 6-7, right? It's not because it just became a viral meme. It's because they allowed it to get to that scope. Because 6-7, 6 plus 7 equals 13, right? They're just saying 13 over and over again, right? If you know the importance of 13, right? Hell, probably some interesting numerology with 6 and 7 as well, right? Did you know Call of Duty Ghost Protocol predicted the Venezuela 12? There you go, Moneymaker. Exactly. That type of stuff too, man. Yeah, hopefully I'll be alive by the time all this plays out. Yeah, I hope so too, man. But it looks like they're going to have to do it before this 2030. They got a big agenda for 2030, right? I'm giving it till 2032 because sometimes they give you a number and then it's like a couple of years off just to throw you off, right? The esoteric parts of the stream is my favorite. I find it fascinating because 100% symbols are real. I mean, they don't necessarily always mean the way that I interpret it, though, and I totally get that. Yeah, I like to observe and see what could be going on. The X portal, right? The X portal, exactly. Fire and ice, yeah. Hell, what was the big thing? Dude, they love their fire and ice because it's alchemy. It's like visual alchemy in practice, right? Visual alchemy in practice. The SHX blue world, exactly. Blue world, blue castle, blue everywhere. Let's go. Ripple blue all over the place. 1988 magazine, the Phoenix burning from the crown and its head, the same Fumer family that started Ripple. Yep, exact, dude. I mean, I got the magazine cover right there. I got that magazine cover. Let me show that. I have an interpretation for that. We've gone over it multiple times, but I think a lot of people always equate it with remember, a phoenix rises from its own ashes. So the phoenix is fiat. If the fiat is the one burning, right? If the fiat is the one burning and the phoenix that rises, right, comes from its own ashes, fiat is coming back stronger than ever, right? Fiat is going to be gold backed. It's wearing a gold necklace with a gold coin around its neck. You see the Saturn symbolism right there, the zero-sum game symbolism right there. What do they talk about in the movie Arrival, right? Another freaking big-time Denis Villeneuve flick, the guy who created Dune, right? They talk about a zero-sum game, right? You have the number 10. 10 is also an X. You have 2018. What was the year that Dragonfly FinTech and the testnet for Sirius chain Proxima X was created? In 2018, right? What is 10 years from now? The circle, the world, right? In 2028, right? So 2018, people were thinking, oh, the Economist cover got it wrong, right? It got it wrong. No, the Economist cover is adding 10 years to 2018. This is 2028. It's about 2028, right? The fiat phoenix will rise from its own ashes. CBDCs gold-backed. US dollar gold-backed, right? Wearing the crown, the fleur de lune, right? That crown has a lot of other symbolism. I'm totally forgetting what it's about really right now. But get ready for a world currency, right? Get ready for a gold-backed financial system, right? The Sirius star has also been known as a phoenix, believe it or not, because it's known for the cycles of rebirth, right? Could be XRP, because XRP, they talk about it. Chris Larson has talked about it. XRPL, which is going to be the standard settlement layer, is going to make fiat stronger. So you're going to make fiat stronger with the XRPL, because XRPL, when it was created, is not intentional. Like Bitcoin was intended to replace fiat, right? To be a hedge against fiat, because fiat is not gold backed. What happens when fiat gets gold backed? You reestablish the trust in the fiat system. There's no necessary meaning outside of just collecting it to have Bitcoin, right? Because Bitcoin is a hedge against inflation and against inflationary fiat. But when it's gold backed, you reestablish the trust in fiat, right? When you tokenize gold, you reestablish the trust in gold and fiat, right? So then Bitcoin just merely becomes not only a store of value, but a collector's item, right? It doesn't necessarily become the new world currency, right? They said XRPL will make fiat stronger. XRP was not created to replace fiat like Bitcoin was, to be a hedge against fiat. XRP was created to allow value transfer to happen quickly, cheaply, and efficiently. BTC is also the color of the sun. Yes, it is. It's orange like the sun. Solana, right? Flare, right? Dude, this fire year, this is why we're talking about it as a big speculative cycle, right? Because BTC, Solana, and Flare are going to probably do amazing things. Things associated with fire, right? Get ready to hear token burns happening very frequently, right? Things associated with fire are going to happen a lot in this year of the sun coming up and the fire horse year, right? Dragon chain will probably be freaking melting some faces as well. Look at all the countries coming out with new fiat dollars. When I went to 2 banks this week, they both gave me brand new $50 bills, but they were 2017 new bills, right? Wade Ripple, EMBER, Lumen, right? And what does Lumen mean? To illuminate, right? To shine light. So Stellar, XLM will be doing some good things. Very excited, man, right? Very excited. But fiat is coming back stronger, and this is what people didn't anticipate when reading this symbolism, right? The phoenix rises from its own ashes. Fiat is going to rise from its own ashes. We're going to be gold-backed again. We're going to forget this era that Nixon freaking threw us into. It was convenient at the time. It was relevant at the time. F1 Brad Pitt, right? The XRP logo on F1 Brad Pitt's shirt, without a doubt. You see this all happening under the current term? Yeah, probably. It would have to happen under this current term, right? He's the only one that is talked about as a symbol of slavery around the world. Yeah, the new slave system, right? The world currency, the chain around the neck, right? Being on chain. Right? You're not only going to be online, you'll be on chain 24/7, 365. Everything is watched. Everything's surveillanced, right? Because we'll demand it. We'll demand cybersecurity. We'll demand, to not be, because we love our AI so much. We love looking so cool with our computers. We love all the entertainment, right? We'll compromise a little bit of our freedom. Did Ryan Fugger help create Ripple Pay? Yes, he did help create Rupert. The Fugger family crest has the same crown on that bird. Yeah, there you go. Fugger is an ancient family. Definitely. Dude, I miss SPQR Media. If you guys ever heard about SPQR Media from the old days, SPQR Media was amazing. in terms of Ripple esoteric deep dives. They did some amazing, amazing stuff. The bloodlines that go back to the Knights Templar, right? Fantastic stuff with Ripple connections and esoteric stuff. They took down those videos, unfortunately. I don't know why. Hopefully they bring it back around in the future, because those videos are amazing, man. We've taken down a lot of our old videos in the early days, right? Because we didn't want to, you know, be traced, or, you know, try to, we've had a lot of, you know, we were a Tiger avatar at one point, and we may go back to being a Tiger avatar. I'm not too big of a fan of having, you know, my face recorded every single freaking day, right, on these phones. So we may have to go back to an avatar in the future. But yeah, we were a Tiger avatar for a good bit. And we've deleted some of those old videos because, you know, because of the, just the nature of the things. We don't want to be deep faked or, you know, have any fraud happen on our behalf. Old Fugger coins had bears on them, like from Bearable Guy 123. Yeah. I mean, the bear, is going to be wearing the crown eventually, man. That's the end of his journey as the bear wearing the crown of, you know, very excited. Right? The reset of 1902, when Roosevelt and the bear cartoon was created. There you go. Right? Big reset company without a doubt. Dude, I love it when the community here gets inspired. Right? This is what the purpose of me doing some of this stuff is for you guys, inspiration. Right? You guys show me new stuff that I don't even know about. Right? Golden reset is coming, dude. This is why it's the worst show with the best community. Do you see crypto price appreciation coming before or after 2028? Brian P., sorry, man. Any questions are at least a 99-cent super chat or more. But yeah, just the base is a 99-cent super chat from anybody who's a gray or a, you know, blue wrench. If you're a green giant, you sign up for a tiny green giant at $1.99. You can ask as many questions as you like. This is just something that we're doing for 2026. I have been streaming daily for 9 years, right? And we have only hit 5,000 subscribers. I am trying to grow. I am trying to quit one of my jobs. I work 2 jobs outside of doing streaming, and it's extremely difficult sometimes to commit time to full-time streaming or to try to get content out daily because of these 2 jobs. I would love to quit one of these 2 jobs so then I can spend more time with the Blue Foundation, and I want to start making this my main thing, hopefully down the line. There's a lot of YouTubers that are able to make their YouTubing their main thing. Why not us? Why not us? Right? I think we bring out a ton of information that most crypto YouTube channels obviously do not. We talk about so many damn cryptos. We talk about a lot of valuable cryptos that have at least some utility in some way, shape, or form, or are worth the speculation, in my opinion, right? We go into detail on a lot of these cryptos, their use cases, why they look like a good value at their certain prices. We talk about deep reds on the daily, cryptos that are of value, that have super low sentiment that everybody is sleeping on. We don't talk about the cryptos that get people chasing pumps. You have crypto channels that get people that just talk about Bitcoin and show a Bitcoin freaking chart every day, and they get 5,000 viewers per video. They have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. I've been doing this for 9 years. So something's got to change, right? Something's got to change. And us, you know, I don't want to do a Patreon. I don't want to make the channel like people have to jump through too many hoops, right? So the least that I can do that doesn't seem like it's too big of a hoop is, you know, any questions from people who aren't members on the channel, right? Just a base, you know, simple 99-cent donation for your question. I'd be happy to answer it. I definitely got opinions on it without a doubt, right? But, you know, I'm not trying to con anybody here or anything like that. I've been doing this for 9 years, man. We got a committed following. We got a committed subscriber group. Right? These 5,000 people who subscribed have genuinely subscribed out of their, you know, their genuine like for the stream. Once again, I'll never tell you what to do. I am not a financial advisor. I am not a pro trader. I am always wrong, but the Blue Foundation is always right. This is the worst show with the best community. And I always say, thank you for hitting the like. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for becoming members, because we live a gratitude mindset. We're not here to tell people what to do and saying, hit the like, hit the sub, hit the bell, blah, blah, blah. All the typical stuff, man. We're not the typical YouTube show here. We're not the typical crypto show here, right? We do it differently, and we've been doing it differently. We've been doing it our way, and it's tough. It's tough when you go in your own direction, and when you go in your own, you know, when you try to stay true to yourself and you're not trying to freaking sell out, right? Or trying to freaking con people into giving you hundreds of dollars for signing up to their freaking Patreon just to answer simple crypto freaking questions, right? So I think we're given a pretty good deal here at the end of the day, right? I mean, dude, all you have to do is become a tiny green giant for $1.99, right? And you can ask as many questions as you want for the month. You don't even have to continue after this month, right? You could stop. You could say, okay, there we go. He answered my question. No more questions. I'm not going to re-sign up or whatever, right? But, you know, we got to start doing something where this freaking channel can start growing, man. You know, and so far it's been great momentum since we have turned in this direction in 2026. Thanks for the 50 likes in our earlier stream today, you guys. That was amazing. And thanks for the 30 likes going up here. You know, the later streams have difficulty keeping up with our earlier streams. I think it's because some people get gassed, but we do get newer viewers in the later streams, people who can't make it to those earlier streams, right? So I think eventually we'll catch up there. What's your top 10 bullish coins? Geez, so my top 10 bullish coins are SHX, XPX, XX Network. So those are 3 already. Eden, Open Eden at 6 cents, 1 billion supply. What else? That's 4 right here. Naoris at 3 cents, 4 billion supply. That's 5, right? Mana at 13 cents, 2.8 billion supply. Rose at a penny, 10 billion supply. That's 7, right? And I'm trying to name ones that wouldn't be the ones you expect. Aqua at 0005, that's 8, right? What else do we got? V-Chain at a penny, 86 billion supply, that's 9. And then what will we say for our 10th one, man? What will we say for our 10th one? Track, TRAC, Origin Trail Track, right? I don't have the price by heart right here, or the supply, but I would just say because Greg Kidd is connected to that, and Greg Kidd has not done us wrong, right? So those are our top 10 bullish coins for now. Obviously, XRP and XLM, people I think are still sleeping on those cryptos big time. The settlement layer is the one that will draw the most value, and it's the most important layer of this Internet of Value stack. Without settlement, you got nothing else in this Internet of Value. You don't get successful AI agents. You don't get AI payments. You don't get micro payments. You don't get secure private payments. You don't get digital payments whatsoever. You don't get great ISO 20022 payments. The only way you can do a great ISO 20022 payment to its fullest potential, remember, ISO 20022 is a messaging standard and allows you to send little packets of data, right? You can't send little packets of fiat. You can't without a digital asset. You need a digital asset. You need a blockchain. You need a blockchain. It can't be a non-blockchain. It can't be a permission blockchain. It needs to be a permissionless, hybrid, maybe permission and permissionless, but it needs to be some element of permissionlessness in order to have this open internet of value, right? And how do you send packets of micro data, micro transactions? You need a digital asset that can allow for micro transactions, that can allow for micro transactions of fiat. So XRP and XLM are the two best suited to be the backbones of the financial system, right? To be the ones that are used 24/7, 365, all the freaking time for settlement. You need to do something. Any digital transaction that you do, whether it's an exchange of data, will have value pegged to it, a tiny packet of value, right? So these two systems, XRP and XLM, are still highly undervalued. XDC, XPX, right? I already just mentioned it in our top 10 right there, right? You know, they're the only 4 that have been acknowledged by the BIS. You know, they were finalists for that problem statement. They are the only 4 that have been acknowledged by the BIS, the G20, the Monetary Authority of Singapore, as, you know, effective and robust means to issue, distribute, and transfer CBDCs. The only 4 digital assets that have been publicly acknowledged as worthy as doing it, right? You want to do RWAs, that involves a transaction. You want to do tokenization of assets, that involves a transaction, right? You want to do supply chain, that involves a payment, right? If you guys haven't seen some of our shorts, right, from the early days that have Ripple team members talking about micropayments and the importance of payments, it's always payments, 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 payments first. You want to do effective smart contracts, you need to do a payment well, right? And XTZ, Tezos, right? The 6 X's, XRP, XLM, XDC, XPX, XX Network, and XTZ. Those are my top 6 X's, right? Decentralized Recovery Alliance, HBAR, ALGO, ADA, XRP. Those are the founding four of the Decentralized Recovery Alliance. You absolutely need to provide decentralized recovery if you want enterprises to use your freaking technology and put trillions of dollars onto it. If you can't decentralize, recover keys in a decentralized way, they're not going to be used by enterprises that are going to throw millions of billions, trillions of dollars through that blockchain. Right? This is why DAG is important, because it can provide decentralized recovery. It's part of the Decentralized Recovery Alliance. EGLD, Multiverse X, is part of the Decentralized Recovery Alliance. The Blue Rose Oasis Network is part of the Decentralized Recovery Alliance, allowing for privacy, allowing for high compute as well. Scottish, mine are XRP, XLM, HBAR, XDC, Quant, ICP, and Velo. I don't know about to me, Velo is way far off from all those other cryptos. That's just my personal opinion. But XRP, XLM, HBAR, XDC, Quant, and ICP, I cannot disagree. All of those are amazing. I love all of those. ICP, unfortunately, does not provide decentralized recovery, but it does provide high throughput and high compute power. Quant is not a blockchain, but it will enhance the power of these blockchains. Quant is definitely one of the top tier interoperability layer plays. Wormhole is also another interoperability play, and Axelar and IBC, the Cosmos ecosystem, right? Mo Zerp's in the house. Shout out to you, man. Let's go. Up 14% in the past 24 hours. Let's hope it keeps going, man. ZBEC up 10% while most are flat. I mean, hey, you're gonna have low cap cryptos that make gains, right? Low cap cryptos will always kind of be doing some stuff that's different from the majority of the market, but most of the market, we're still in a highly speculative era. Most of the market moves together. Most of the market pumps together, goes down together, right? You've already had a good percentage gains in the past. If you zoom out and look at the past 7 days or the past 30 days, you'll see most cryptos have gone up, not just stayed flat. In the past 24 hours, sure, maybe some cryptos have gone up, some have stayed flat, but all in all, they have all moved within the past 7 days or the past 30 days. We're in a speculative market. We are not in a utility era. Any movement that we do see from these cryptos is not based on utility whatsoever. It's not based on utility, you guys. It's all based on speculation, and it's speculation in the traditional financial system. You need the traditional financial system to go away. We need a utility-driven system. We need a digital, full-on ISO 20022, full-on digital cash-backed system, digital gold-backed system. Quant has done nothing, but I believe, they've been doing stuff, man. They've been showing up in some really, really big government documents, massive connections. And, hey, man, I remember back when it was just on Bitmart at like $2, $5 per quant. So to say it has done nothing, I happen to disagree, man. It's not been bearish. That's for sure. It has not been bearish. You might want to think it's been bearish because it's at like what, $80, $75 or something like that right now because it went so high. But dude, it was going that high from $5 freaking dollars, right? Quant is freaking bullish. Quant is not experiencing a bear cycle like a lot of these other cryptos have been experiencing a bear cycle. XDC is not experiencing a bear cycle like a lot of these other cryptos have been experiencing a bear cycle, right? DAG is not experiencing a bear cycle. If you zoom out and look out on the yearly, the monthly, these cryptos are freaking bullish, right? Yeah, imagine buying, dude, we knew about Quant at $2. We definitely knew about it, man. We just didn't take it seriously enough. We wish we could have taken it more seriously, but we did talk about it, but we just never got in, right? We just never got in. Got a big bag of Quant. Got to. It's going to enhance what these blockchains can do, and it's going to be one of those bridge builders between legacy systems and, the digital financial system, these crypto systems, these blockchain systems. It's going to allow for interoperability of not only blockchains, but legacy systems with blockchains, right? So Quant's going to be a big deal. Quant is possibly the de facto interoperability layer. W is putting in some work, though. W is a blockchain, right? So that is big. Axelar is a blockchain, right? Yeah, it's not instant gratification nation here. It's not what did this crypto do for me this year. It's what can this crypto do for me 5 to 10 years from now, right? Because then we're not fazed by the volatility, right? We're also chipping away, getting whole numbers, knowing that we have some time, right? We don't have much time, right? I think by 2032, you're going to start seeing massive utility and a market that is completely different from the one that we're in today. We're about to go into a $10+ trillion market, you guys. We may even hit 20 trillion in the peak of this speculative cycle, right? Silver is back up to $78 with Dow futures down tomorrow. We all had an opportunity to get BTC at 0.001, but we didn't believe in magic internet money then. Yeah, exactly, man. Hey, man, Naoris is at 3 cents and nobody's caring about freaking cybersecurity of machines except for them, right? People don't want to believe in that. People don't want to believe that microtransactions and micropayments are going to be super important and that fiat is going to be coming back stronger, right? But they keep telling you fiat will be stronger on the XRPL. Nobody wants to believe it, right? They keep fudding it. They keep fudding XRPL. There's a limited amount. All of it's out there, right? What else do we got? Nobody believes in freaking Internet of Sensors and Internet of Things, but VeChain is proving it. IOTA is proving it, right? Measurable Data is proving it. IOTX is proving it. Moneymaker, man. I talked about, hey, to save you a donation, Moneymaker, to save you a donation, man. You know, I talked about Canton earlier today. I talked about it in the stream prior to this. If you want to donate a 99-cent super chat, I'll be happy to answer it again. But people keep asking me about Canton. I gave an honest assessment of Canton in the stream earlier today. So if you want to check that out. DTCC that said they are going to tokenize $100 trillion this year. Yeah, but DTCC is also a board of advisors of Ripple, right? DTCC has also got its hands in many, many other digital assets. But that's not my official answer on Canton. I got a good answer for it, man. But once again, you know, you can save yourself 99 cents, man, and just check our video from earlier today. I talked about Canton for a good bit. Somebody donated $10 for me to answer about Canton, and I gave a pretty damn good answer on what I thought about Canton. Heard about BTC when it hit, when it was $1,000. Damn, VeChain billionaire. Dude, same here, actually. I had a friend who was telling me about BTC at around then, and I didn't believe it. And I was like, dude, where am I going to get $1,000 to get Bitcoin? You know, this is what always happens for newbie crypto people, is they think they have to buy the whole amount in order to get it because they think of it like a stock, right? They don't know that they can buy a portion, right? They don't know that they have to buy a portion. They can buy a portion of it. I wish I would have known that I could just buy a portion of Bitcoin at the time, right? And just chip away little by little and start getting close to one whole Bitcoin. That would have been amazing, right? But I knew about it then too, but I just didn't listen. I wasn't into it until 2016, right? I didn't get into crypto and Bitcoin and the cryptos, you know, until 2016. My friend, when Bitcoin went up to, because he got to see it go up to like what, 7K, 8K, and then it came down pretty bad for a little bit, and then it went up to 16K. The moment it went up to 16K, man, he cashed out still too early. But he cashed out his Bitcoin, man. And I was like, dude, no, you got to hold. You got to hold, right? And he didn't want to hold. He was over it. He was over the volatility, over the crypto journey. He doesn't have any crypto today, unfortunately. The guy who got me into crypto is not into crypto anymore, right? How funny is that? Right? He has created a monster out of me, without a doubt. Oh, shout out to Moneymaker, guys. If we can hit the like on his 589 donation. Tell me, because I missed it about Canton. Okay, so first off, I'll repeat myself again about Canton, but, you know, please make sure to check out earlier video because I think I went a little bit more in depth there, but I'll try to just summarize what we were talking about. Canton is a new crypto. New cryptos have high volatility. Doesn't mean they just go up from there on out, right? We could see deep reds for Canton. Canton can possibly go below 10 cents. I'm not saying it will. I'm just saying there is a possibility. I will wait for the deep reds happily for Canton, right? I will proudly wait for Canton to go to the deep reds, and then we'll be talking about Canton massively. Outside of that, Canton is a permissioned blockchain. That doesn't mean it's necessarily a bad thing, right? There's good and bad about being a permissioned blockchain. First off, the good. You're able to bring enterprises on easier. You're regulatory compliant. You're focused on regulatory compliance, right? You're focused on what the regulators and what the enterprises that use your technology want to do. Now, the bad side of this, The bad side is they could change the rules whenever they want. It's a permission blockchain. It does whatever. It's not independent of third parties. It is heavily reliant on third parties. It is a centralized system. It is not decentralized. It is centralized. It is not permissionless. It is permissioned, right? So there's good and bad here. Doesn't mean the price can't go up because it's permissioned. Doesn't mean the price can't go up because it's centralized, right? It just means that it's centralized, that it's permissioned, right? So investment can go into this, but they can change the rules whenever they damn well feel like it. They can control the freaking network, right? This is a big deal, right? This could be a major turnoff for a lot of like people who are OG type of Bitcoiner type of people, or, you know, people who are all about open source. Hell, back in the internet days, internet is an open technology. They favor the future, and technology favors open systems. But in the short term, permissioned can do well. It can make you some gains. I'm not saying Canton cannot make you gains. I own some Canton. I own some CC. But it's, you know, just because I'm having hopes that they will progress to become a hybrid, right? They're going to start off permissioned and then work their way to becoming a hybrid system, because I'm sure Canton understands that the most value comes from being open, right? When you're an open system, you can draw the most users, you can draw the most value. Right now, their focus is enterprise users, right? Right now, their focus is getting enterprise value, enterprises, you know, just all giving them the permission to do what they will with the network. The enterprises are the validators of this network. That's not a bad thing. That's a great thing, right? But once again, it's not open. It's not permissionless. They can change the rules whenever they so decide for this blockchain, right? They can do what they will with it. Third parties have an impact on Canton as Canton is today. It is a controlled, centralized, permissioned network. It can evolve to become hybrid though. And if it does, that's even more bullish, because now the enterprises are willing to open it up to the rest of the world, make it, you know, and it can draw more value. It can the most value will go towards permissionless open networks, right? It's just the way that history of technology has been. That's the way internet is today. The most value will go to, and utility will go towards open networks. But once again, I'm not saying Canton cannot draw value. I'm not trying to FUD Canton. I'm just talking about what the facts are for Canton. Canton is a permissioned blockchain, right? Take that as you will, right? It's a permissioned blockchain. It is early days. They can do what they want with this blockchain. It is centralized. It is controlled. They can dump it. They can pump it. They can do whatever they freaking want with it. Right? I love that it's regulatory compliant. I love that it's providing privacy for the DTCC and a lot of other, other enterprises like JP Morgan Coin is looking to go onto Canton, right? But once again, I'm not getting lost in the sauce of the new shiny coin that is coming out, right? I will wait happily for the deep reds of CC, and I will definitely be keeping track of their development, hoping that they work to become a permissioned, permissionless hybrid blockchain, because then they're really going to be serious about bringing, you know, not only enterprises onto the blockchain, but global, global usage, right, to the blockchain, which will increase its value proposition, its ability to draw even more value. So CC, I like it under $1 technically. I like it as an investment. I own some CC. I want to see where this thing goes. Ultimately, I got a little bit of the FOMO in me because I don't want to miss out on this type of digital asset. But once again, you know, those are just the facts, and that's the nature of the crypto. So that's what my ultimate understanding of it is. I don't want to be chasing pumps. So if this crypto has been pumping out the gate, right, if it's up in the past 90 days, right, if it's been around for 90 days even, right, I don't want to be chasing pumps. I'll happily just be a ninja and just wait for the deep reds. Every crypto, even a permissioned one, ends up having its day in the deep reds, and I'll be here to talk about Canton. You know, I'll be the first one to be talking about Canton when it does hit the deep reds. So hopefully that's a good enough answer for you, XRP Monkey, or Monkey Maker XRP, or Money Maker XRP, not Monkey Maker. My bad, man. I was talking about monkeys earlier, but I appreciate that, Money Maker XRP. Thanks for the 589 donation. Hopefully that's a good enough answer for you, my man. But, you know, I just want to say what, you know, It's a permission blockchain. That's like a really big, that could be already tossing some people, like some people say, okay, I'm not touching it. And some people saying, okay, maybe I want to invest in it more because it's very heavily focused on enterprises and very focused on regulators. For me, I own some, but it's not the main focus of my investments. I'm going for hybrids, right? Hybrids like XPX, hybrids like XDC. XRP can be technically viewed as a hybrid, but we know the blockchain itself is permissionless and public, but they've been building to make it very compliant, right? They've been educating regulators. They have been putting in the work for privacy as well, right? So that's a really big thing with the XX network bridge. And then XLM, obviously their association with money providers and retail and, the type of thing that they're going to be doing for the retail settlement layer. So yeah, I mean, I have nothing against it. It's just, that could just be, something that kind of, is a deciding factor for some traders. Some traders are just like OG Bitcoin heads who want a completely public, open, permissionless blockchain experience to invest in. And CC is not that. CC is not that. Canton is not that. For me, I'm more open-minded. I have some CC, right? But I'm not going overboard on it. I want it to be a hybrid. I want it to not be fully permission. I don't want the enterprises to have control of this network because then that means they can change the rules. That means they can change the supply whenever they so well damn feel like it, right? I don't like that type of, I don't like that type of risk personally, but I'll hold some of it to see if they eventually do evolve to become, or hell, if they end up becoming, end up making more gains without a doubt. Lizard King in the house, the hardest working man in crypto. I appreciate that, man. We do put in the work and hopefully it gets, hopefully we get some recognition for it. We got 33 likes. I appreciate that, man. We got a total of 83 or 88 likes today from both of our streams. That's amazing, guys. I'm so grateful as always. I wish I could tune in more often, but I live at work typically 7 days a week. Van Life Biker, no days off, man. I'm with you, dude. No days off for us either. Guys, we're at 1 hour and 36. Holy cow, that is way past our normal stream time. I got to get going, but I'm so appreciative of everybody who jumped on in for this stream. Hopefully we get to see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow, I might be only doing one stream because I do work tomorrow. We'll see if we can put in 2 streams. I doubt it, but we'll definitely try to get a late afternoon stream in there. I'm working from the morning till afternoon, and then after the afternoon, we'll come right on here and talk to you guys. So no 2 streams tomorrow. It's been awesome doing 2 streams a day. Hopefully it gives us a taste of what it could be like if we, yeah, CC equals 33. There we go. That's wonderful, Solo Hefe. Once again, hey man, that, 33 is an amazing power number. I told my cousin who introduced it to me, it was used for the dark web. He's crazy. Oh yeah, for Bitcoin. Now look at me. Exactly, man. They're crashing it so they can buy it all. Whoever thinks they ain't, you're smoking some hard crap. There we go. I mean, hey man, that's why the Blue Foundation is buying these deep reds, man. We're getting these cryptos on the cheap, especially the low sentiment ones, the ones they want to keep quiet, but that are extremely crucial for enterprise use. Once again, it's not going to be one crypto that rules them all. Right? It's not going to be one crypto that rules them all, but 90% are going to go away, and it's going to be about utility. What do you actually provide to this internet of value, right? What do you actually provide? Is it a use case that actually needs solving? What enterprises can accept decentralized technology. Enterprises can do a lot of the use cases that some of these blockchains are striving for, right? So it's like, what is the most crucial one that blockchain can only solve? Right? And specifically blockchains. Non-blockchains, those are interesting as well because they can enhance the utility of blockchains. Somebody please pull the plug on the old financial system. I got you. Let's see. Honestly, government and enterprises need battle-tested networks. One shout out that a shiny coin. I will wait for deep red. Same here. XRP is so primed up and ready to boom. Better be ready for and don't miss the next pump. Let's go. I learned something new from your answer. I appreciate that, Moneymaker. Thank you, man. Thanks for saying thank you. Appreciate you. Hopefully that was a good enough answer. We also talked about it a little more in our earlier stream. But guys, appreciate everybody jumping in and supporting the channel. I am so grateful. We had 1 hour and 40 today and only 35 likes to show for it. Man, we did 1 hour and we got 50 likes in the earlier stream. What's going on, Blue Foundation? What's going on, my late afternoon peeps? I'm just joking. I don't mean to give you guys a hard time. I'm so grateful for every little bit of support. Thanks for hitting start earning Bitcoin on the EMBER app, by the way, and earning passive Satoshis with us, earning passive Bitcoin through your cell phone. We have the EMBER app referral code in the description below. We also have our LOBSTR address there. If anybody wants to donate any type of XLM assets, you can donate it to our LOBSTR address there, even some blue bricks of SHX or Aqua. We also have our Ethereum address, Coinbase ID, XPX address. We also have our Merc store. We want to try to bring some new things to our Merc store sometime soon, but the link to our Merc store is also there. Guys, I'm so grateful to everybody. Much love to all of y'all. Thanks for hitting the like on the way out. Thanks to any new subscribers helping us get to 6K, and grateful for the new members who have joined the channel, man. Who's our new member again? Right, Moneymaker, shout out to you for the donations, my dude. I appreciate it. So grateful. Helps us keep doing what we're doing here, man. Helps us get to a studio so I can finally show you guys what we're freaking doing here, man. Right? How we see things, right? And then thus having a better conversation, really. I thought we had a Green Giant join us today. Oh, Jeff Remix gifted a Green Giant. That's right. So Bill Lumberg, welcome. Welcome to the Green Giants, my man. Shout out to everybody here. Much love to all of y'all. Turple Nurple becoming a Green Giant. That's right. Guys, once again, wonderful show, and I appreciate y'all. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Just once again, the notification will come up for when we do stream. Most likely it'll be in an afternoon stream. I don't think I'll be able to do an early morning stream because we'll be at work. But much love to all of y'all. Thank you, Blue Foundation. Thank you, Green Giants, and thank you, Deep Red Alliance. The future is distributed ledger technology, and the future is bright. Our future is bright. We got the golden eyes, and we keep it crypto. I'll see you guys in the gold-backed, the backbone, the golden backbone of the new digital financial system. Much love. Adios.